Miriam, Josh, congratulations on your new film, Magic Hour.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, more of a congratulations being showcased here at Santa Barbara International Film Festival. How do you both feel about that?
So excited, so happy for us because we want to celebrate this film, but also for Jackie Christie, who's the director, and this is her first film. And she worked so tirelessly on it and so beautifully on it. And so it's just really rewarding to see it get noticed, and because we've been, it's a long time since we shot it. It's years that she's been working on it. So you never know when you start a project, especially an independent film, that what's going to happen, And so it's always rewarding, really, for me, for any independent film to get noticed, because I know the work that goes into it, but particularly this one because it's so deserved for Jackie.
Yeah, and finding an audience at a really important film festival.
Yeah.
Really, really exciting.
It is a wonderful film festival, and I hope you folks didn't get wet last night walking the
Soaking wet.
carpet.
Soaking wet. Yeah, I'm from New York. I was like, I'm gonna go to Santa Barbara. It's gonna be sunny. The May, I'm gonna walk on the beach. Nope, that's not what happened.
Well, let's ask that obligatory question we always ask is what initially drew you that you wanted to be part of Magic Hour?
So I was on a TV show called Younger, and I had just directed my first episode. I directed a couple episodes of it, and I had just directed my first episode of it when I got the script about a woman who is struggling to believe she can be a director and trying to become one. So it was like so resonant for me, and all of the sort of insecurities and reevaluations that she was doing were definitely ones that I was personally doing. And her relationship with her fam. I mean, it was just, there were so many things that resonated. It felt weird. I was like, someone's spying on me and writing scripts for me. Like,
Yeah,
what's
what's the
happening?
universe telling me?
Yeah. And it was, to play this woman whose story gets told fully, which is not the case for all roles that I've been offered. So yeah, it just felt like weird fate, kismet for me.
How about for you, Josh?
I have known Jackie a long time, and early in my New York career in the theater, Jackie had produced something that was really meaningful to me. And so it really bonded us, and we sort of kept up over the years. And I knew sort of how her life was moving and how it was changing. So when she came and asked me to do it, it's sort of a no-brainer, particularly given that it was about something I'd sort of witnessed from afar and knew about and wanted to support that way. Also, I sort of feel like, I was a big fan of Miriam's. I knew her. I didn't really know anybody else, but I also knew that it was a type of independent film that I was interested in making that I don't necessarily get a chance to do that often in this way. And working in New York, which is something I love too, it's really important.
It was also a great script.
Really good.
And that's
really
not
fun read.
Super common.
Yeah.
Like when you read a good script, you're like, oh, this is, and you can sort of see the movie unfolding and you're like, yeah, this could be great.
Totally.
So
yeah. And usually the stuff that do happen to be offered, like 2,000 other guys said no, and they're like, this isn't good enough. And they're like, it's good enough for me. But this was not that. This was not that. I was like, this is gonna be fun. And it really was. It really was. It really was.
Right there with you.
For you, Miriam, playing actor, director, and then actor, director in a film like this is very, very meta, production within a production. How do you handle something like this, personally yourself?
Well, I love it because you have instant experience, right? Like you're like, oh, well, I have stuff to draw on. It's not like I need to conjure it, like when I play an alien or android lady, I'm like, well, what is that? I don't know what that's like. I was like, I know exactly what this is like. And the challenge isn't to find it. The challenge is the fear you feel in revealing it. It's the vulnerability of being like, okay, I actually am going through this. I guess I'll let everyone into that and show all of the ugliness of that in front of a camera.
Or beauty.
Oh yeah,
and
beauty.
Sorry, and beauty.
And beauty. So I love it. it's so fun, you know, when there are plays about plays and movies about movies. I really love that. I think it's just examining how humans work, you know, and storytelling about storytelling is so interesting to me, you know.
And it's always a little surprising to me how, I don't know why, but how interested people are in sort of what we do in the world of it. And I don't just mean celebrity, but like, what is that mysterious place? And it is mysterious. It's mysterious and weird and complex. And I guess I get it, but it is wonderful that people want to keep seeing it, I suppose.
Well,
You
I
know?
think we're all affected by well, not all, but those of us who love movies, and there are many of us who
Mhm.
love movies, want to get at why it so affects us and what and how it's made. And, you know, so I get that
And it is,
interest.
yeah, and it is magic. It's
Yeah.
magic that we're sitting at the Santa Barbara International Film Festival and that we were basically in somebody's basement in New York trying to figure out how to make this thing. You know, and that it all from the
We 4
moment,
seconds left to shoot the seagull.
yeah, like go. That there is real magic to it just even being born, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So true, so true, and especially for people who aren't in the industry, and we watch a film like this, and we would think that this is relevant to real life. But so tell us, how tough or easy is it to follow your dreams?
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean,
Oh, that's
obviously.
that's an easy
Oh,
one. I got
that?
that. Oh,
Well,
that.
I already
Yeah.
have that answer. And by the way, and if like we'd be gajillionaires, if we were like, and the
Yeah.
answer is
Yes.
42.
Yeah. Tony Robbins.
No.
Yeah.
It's both inevitable and impossible,
Yeah, that's
is
it.
how it feels, right?
Bravo.
Like
Bravo.
you're like, I can't not do it. I can't do it. I can't not do it constantly. Like, you know, you don't, it doesn't necessarily get easier, but yeah, it doesn't get easier. But at the same time, it's sort of the human condition, right? Like, how do you go on when you don't know if you can go on?
Yeah, and how many times have we all given up?
Yeah, yeah,
All of us. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
every single person on the planet from whatever age, like, I'm done. Yeah, like I can't. And then somehow human nature, the will, like
Right.
we're gonna pick ourselves up and try to figure out how to keep going toward the thing that matters to us.
Yeah, that's the all stories are that epic tale of like how do you forge forward when you're beaten down, you know what I mean? And we love those stories because we're like, yeah, how do you?
Give me the answer.
Damn, Frodo, do you guys want to tell us how we can do this? You know, but that is why we all come read stories, watch stories, because we're like, I need help to do this. Can you help me?
Yeah,
And they can.
yeah.
We don't even really know how they can because it is kind of magical, you know, they just can.
A lot of the filmmaking is very magical, and in this film, Harriet is one type of director, and the
Hmm.
opposite is Ted, that shows a very different type of director. Now, which of those kind of directors draw the best acting out of you?
Okay,
Ah,
here's what I'll
right.
say. There's no question that it's the person who comes with kindness and collaboration and you just feel when you feel safe, you're like, where's the cliff? I'll jump. I got this. You know, when you feel attacked, how can you? You know, I mean, I guess you could flee and jump off the cliff because you're afraid.
They get it.
But I don't think that you're really opening yourself up. You have to be able to open yourself up. You have to be like, all right, I'm gonna show everything and you have to have trust. So how do you trust someone if they haven't earned it? You know, I love that message for this movie, and I love that you got that, which is that you don't have to be Attila the Hun. You don't have to be a creative person who's also a mad, evil asshole. Can we swear? What's
Yeah,
happening?
go.
You don't have to be. There's a narrative that says you do. You have to be crazy and scream at people, and that's the way to get a good performance. And that has been a narrative that is just dominated, right? And you have to be a leader. That's the only way to be a leader. And I
Mhm.
think that really this film gets at that, which is like, that is not the best way to lead people. I believe truly that it's not. And I've certainly in films, like I just worked with Vince Gilligan.
Hmm.
I think unequivocally we can say he's a genius and he makes amazing stuff. He's
Yes.
the nicest, kindest human being to every human who walks into his vision, to every extra. And I was like, yeah, look at that you can be a leader like that. So that really resonated for me in this film.
Totally agree. It's such an old model, right? The running that's set by fear is that as a character does Magic Hour and belittling people. And it's really hard to be creative when you're scared. It's just hard to get there. And that's what's so cool about watching Harriet and sort of how is she, you guys, how are we, like the embrace, right, of the process and the people in the process goes a long, long way. It's kind of the first thing we're taught, but one of the things we're quickest to forget of sort of treating others the way we'd like to be treated, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty basic.
Yeah. And yet it gets lost so easily.
Well said, well said. Well, whatever you guys did, it was magical. It was fun to watch on screen, and you guys had an excellent chemistry on screen. So, Miriam,
Thank
Josh,
you.
thank you very much for speaking to us about Magic Hour. Really appreciate
Of
it. Thank
course.
you.
Yeah, when you come to Santa
See you
Barbara,
here.
bring the sunshine.
Yeah. I sunshine over here, so I'll come
Okay, bring
along
it.
with it. Thank you very much. Bye now.